If you are not willing to work for it, then don't complain about not having it. Hello my dear learners, welcome to my channel. My name is Namita and today we are going to talk about how to sound natural when speaking in English. I know that many of you feel uncomfortable when you are speaking in English. You don't feel your own self, you feel that it's unreal when you are speaking in English. And it is absolutely fine because English is not your first language. You are learning English as your second language. So your mother tongue is not English. That is why it's not coming naturally to you. So the first thing is that it's okay to feel fake at first because you are just trying to learn it by listening to other people. So it's absolutely fine, it's absolutely normal if it is not sounding natural, if you're finding it unnatural at the beginning. Later, this part removes because the words simply start to flow out of your mouth when you keep working on your English. But initially, you would feel a little uncomfortable. The language might sound a little fake because you're not used to speaking in English. You have not born and brought up in an environment where everybody else was speaking in English. So don't start blaming yourself when you listen to other good speakers that you are the only one who cannot speak in English. It is absolutely normal. It is absolutely fine. English is just a language. It is not a major skill. There are people who survive the entire lifespan without even cooking a single dish for themselves. So if they can survive without such a basic skill, cooking and eating is the basic need. If people can work without it, so English is still a big deal. It's a language. So it's absolutely normal to sound unnatural and fake in the beginning, but later stages it is possible to sound natural. Now the second thing is that you are probably working a lot on your accent. To sound natural, stop working on an accent. Now, I can also speak in an accent. It's not very difficult to pick up an accent and start working on it. I teach English to so many people and people come from different areas, not just India. I've had privilege to work with people from Nepal, from Sri Lanka, and in India also we have different mother tongues. It's not that I cannot speak with an accent. I can have an accent, but that sounds very fake to my own self. Have you noticed how I spoke it differently from the rest of my videos? Is it sounding natural to you? It is not sounding natural to me because I am not someone who was born in UK or USA. I was born in India, and as Indians, my mother tongue was Hindi. How can I have this accent? It sounds fake. So if you're trying to copy someone who has an accent, it will definitely sound fake. You want to sound natural? Speak English normally, just like I am doing it right now. The idea is that we should be able to convey our thoughts, our words, our sentences in such a way that the other person is being able to understand everything. What is the idea behind our speech should get to the other person's mind. That's it. Having an accent doesn't mean that you would sound natural. Yes, English is their native language, the Americans and the Britishers, but it is a global language now. It is no more just confined to them. In all the countries, people are working on their English skills because they want to travel abroad. They want to work in different other parts of the world. Just for leisure trips, people go outside. So we are learning English to expand our horizon. That's it. Why to have an accent? If we are speaking clearly, our pronunciation is correct, our speech is right, whatever we are trying to deliver is perfectly all right, then we don't need to work on having an accent. We need to work only on our pronunciation, and that's what you need to do to sound natural. Be yourself. How you speak is the best till the time you're speaking it correctly. If your sentence is grammatically correct, you are speaking good English, that's enough. If you're working an accent, that would sound fake and that would not sound natural. The third thing is that watch your speed. Are you trying to speak fast like many other native English speakers. That sometimes happens. That happens with me if I'm speaking very fast, and many times I get comments where people say that your speed is high when you are speaking. Yes, and it is not just in English. I generally speak fast. In Hindi also I speak fast. So when I'm making a video, I consciously keep it in my mind that I should speak slowly. You also should work on speaking slowly. There is no hurry. We have enough time to convey our ideas to other people. So when we try to speak fast like those people, they eat up a lot of words. They would sound the same thing, that I want to go outside to play. They will speak it like, oh my god, it's a play. That's it. They would speak half of the words. So we don't have to speak like them. We have to be more clear with our speech. So try to speak slowly. If you want to sound natural, speak slowly. Speed is not a measurement of good English at all. Speed has nothing to do with your command over the language. It is more about how well you are going to express yourself in your speaking. So keep your speed low. And by the way, with these videos on YouTube, there is an option where you can decrease or increase the speed. There would be people who would find that I'm speaking slow, so you can increase the speed, but most of you feel that I speak fast, so you can reduce the speed to 0.5, 0.25. You can reduce it and you can adjust it according to your understanding. That's not a problem. So the third thing was speed. You have to speak slowly. There is no need to run faster with your words. The fourth thing is you have to work on your pronunciation. Why you don't feel natural while speaking in English is that you are somewhere stuck with the pronunciation. Pronunciation is a problem because, again, we are not born in a country where everybody was speaking English around us. So we have to work on our listening skills here. Just like this video is nothing but a listening practice for you. When you are listening to me speaking in English, it's a listening practice. Notice how I am forming my sentences, how I am using my words, and the way I am pronouncing various words. It's important that you listen to other people. Listening will help you work on your pronunciation. Otherwise, reading will help you in all the other areas, with your grammar, with your vocabulary, sentence formation, using better phrases. It will lead to better conversations. But for pronunciation, you have to pay attention to your listening. So when you are good with your pronunciation, when you are pronouncing the words correctly, you will feel more natural. You'll be more confident that I am pronouncing it right now. And if you're taking help of YouTube videos or podcasts to improve your English speaking skills, it would be very good. Your pronunciation will improve and you will sound more natural. Now, the fifth thing is, I always talk about it, that read to keep yourself full of lot of words. To sound natural, what you need is, you need a lot of ideas, a lot of sentences, a lot of vocabulary in your head. Your head or your mind needs to be stuffed with a lot of English. We are in a country where our parents, our relatives, when we are growing up, nobody speaks English. So that is why our head doesn't have a lot of words from English language. We are more surrounded by our mother tongue. So to keep our mind stuffed with English, we need to read. Whenever we are trying to speak, we should have a lot of sentences in our head, and that will come through reading. So read more of English books. Read a lot of English books, English magazines, English newspaper, English articles. Spend time with reading. Make it a habit before you go to your bed that you're reading. Then only you will be surrounded by a lot of English words. You will notice that if you are reading continuously for 1 week, give yourself 1 week where you're reading 4 to 5 pages every day. Notice then that when you start speaking after that 1 week, you'll be more confident, you will feel more natural, because your reading content is all in English. That's what you need to do. So read so that your mind is full of words, sentences, ideas and expressions. That's what you need to do. Now the sixth, which is supposed to be the last point, is practice long speech. You have to practice longer speeches. I always say that begin with shorter sentences. Of course, for beginners, they have to work on shorter sentences. Take a word, look around. What do you see? You see a wall, you see a television set, you see a mirror, you see a fan, a chair, table. make sentences using each word, but ultimately you have to practice longer speeches, because when you involve yourself in conversations, speeches are what going to help. So you have to practice a speech every day. Longer speech will make you more natural in English. English will start flowing out of your mouth. For that, you have to give yourself topics. On everyday basis, give yourself a topic and start speaking about it. If you feel that I don't know what should I speak about, so I always say that narrate your own life story to yourself. There is this beautiful video where I've talked about narrate your life story. I will link that video here, go watch it, where for the beginners, this video is for beginners, where they can practice by telling themselves their own life stories. We all have faced certain challenges, we've all come from very difficult times, we've all passed those hardships with our own confidence. So this will make us feel more empowered, this will give us more confidence. So try doing that. Otherwise, I'm going to give you at least 10 topics right now which you can speak on. The first topic that I've thought of sharing with you all is talk about your everyday routine. What do you do from the moment you get up till you go to bed in the night? What have you done? Tell yourself that I got up at 6 in the morning, I went for a walk, I came back, then I took a shower, had my breakfast, went to work, had my lunch, had a meeting with the boss, then I went out to meet my friends, came back home, had my dinner. Whatever you did, everything, tell this to yourself. A previous day's routine, or when the day ends, the whole day routine. This is one thing that you can do. The second topic is, if you could have any job, what could it be? We all have our dream job which is there in our heart. So what would it be? Not just your job. If you're planning to start a venture of your own, any business you want to start, talk about it. Only you know what is that for you. So talk about it. This can be one very good topic to have a long speech about. The third topic is, if you didn't have to work next week, then what would you do? If not going to work, if it's not your workplace, then what would you do? Basically, what are the other activities you want to do in your life? Work is a compulsion. We all do work because we need to fill our bellies with food. It's for the basic necessities that we work every day. We work for money, but apart from working for money, what are the other things, what are the other activities that attract you? Talk about it. It is going to be a very nice topic. Okay, the next topic is my favorite. What would you do if you speak English perfectly? If you get a good command over your English language skills, what would you do? Now this brings me down to something which I keep telling you all the time. What is your purpose? Why are you working on your English? You want to become more smart and confident, to go with the times. You want to keep yourself updated. You are appearing for interviews. You're planning to move abroad. You want to go to your children's PTM and you want to interact with teachers in that way. You want to move in society where people speak English. So what are your reasons, and what will happen if you become fluent in English? What would you do? What benefit is it going to have in your life? What changes would you feel? Talk about everything. All the topics are going to make you feel very, very confident. Trust me on that. Okay, the fifth one is, how do you like to spend your weekends? Weekdays are packed for all of us. It is something which involve a lot of work, a lot of chores. But what about weekends? How do you like to spend your weekends? You like to watch series, you like to read books, you want to go out for movies. What are the other things that you do on weekends? Talk about your weekends. The sixth topic is, what is your favorite thing to do in winters? Because winter is approaching. So I wanted to give you this topic, that what are the things you would like to do. For me, winters are all about gajar ka halwa, and then the biggest task is taking out the woolens and keeping back the summer clothes. That's a lot of work. I am not a winter person. I don't like cold weather. If you like it, so what are the things? Even if you don't like it, talk about it. Talk about winters. What are the thoughts that come to your mind? It is going to be a long speech, and by long speech I mean you have to speak at least for 5 to 6 minutes. So all these topics are the ones which you can speak about. Now the seventh topic is, what are the kind of movies that you like to watch, and which is your favorite movie? Tell a little about the movie, its story, the characters. What did you really like about it? Is it imparting a message? So talk about movies. The eighth topic is, how often do you use internet and what for? We all are using internet. We are using it for shopping, we are using it for watching YouTube videos, we are using it for a lot other things, for interacting with people, WhatsApp, Facebook, social media. What do you use it for, and do you think that you're using it for the right purposes, or you're just wasting your time? So talk about it. And since it is going to be a personal conversation, the speech is for your own self, so you can be real and honest with yourself. Okay, the ninth topic is, what is your dream vacation place, holiday destination? Which is that place where you have always wanted to go? Is it Switzerland? Because most of the people think about Switzerland like a place where they always want to go. Talk about your dream destination when it comes to vacation or holiday. Where do you want to go and why? Of course, you have to speak for 5 to 6 minutes, so you have to include a lot of details. The last topic is, do you have any habits which you consider as bad habits? Do you think that there are certain habits which you need to change now? It is time that you're not working on them, but you somewhere know that these are not good habits. People fall into the habit of smoking, consuming alcohol, and these days we are addicted to our internet and social media and phones so much that it's a bad habit too. So what are your bad habits? Talk about all these things. So these are 10 topics for your practice. Start speaking on these topics. This is your homework, and trust me, if you work on these 10 topics for 10 days, write them down. I'm going to write them here, so you can also write them down and practice one topic each day. After 10 days, come back to this video and leave a comment. Tell me, how do you feel now? Aren't you feeling more natural? Aren't you feeling more comfortable with English? And this is the kind of practice you need to do. I am not selling courses. I am not giving you one-on-one kind of classes, but this is my course. This is how I work even in my offline classes. So this is what you are going to do. I have given you topics. This is what I do. I give these topics to my students. Speak wrong, speak anything, but speak. The idea is that you should be able to speak. So after working on all these 10 topics, you will feel a lot more confident. You will feel a lot more natural when you speak in English. So this is the best way to improve your speech. This is the best way to sound natural while speaking in English. I'm going to end this video with this task. You have to perform this task. All right. And till then, keep practicing, keep working on your English. I'll see you in my next video. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.